So we're continuing on with little Stevie's reading. Sorry, I did get a text from a good friend, and I'm sorry that we had to get interrupted like that. So I'm going to clear whatever negative energy I got from the phone to interrupt our session. So NPCs. So whenever you go to the grocery store, you'll find them all over the place, and people that are just not interacting, they are just fillers. And it's hard to believe that those people, they don't have a soul. So I always ask whenever I go anywhere, what's the percentage of people that I'm going to run into today that are soulless, don't have a soul? And whenever I'm in Walmart, and you may think that that's awful to shop at Walmart, but it's the cheapest, and I'm on a fixed income, so that's what works for me, and I'm just fine with that. They always, Spirit tells me, always at Walmart, 80% of the people that I'll see in there do not have a soul. So whenever I have an interaction with someone, and it's happened a few times, and if my kids are with me, they're like, oh my God, Mom, knock it off. I get triggered by people in there on occasion, and it's just a soul lesson for me. And that's what that NPC's job was, is to see how I'd react to an interaction like that, a negative interaction. And I can't help it. I'm human, and I sometimes get pulled right in. So I have to work on that. All right. So back to little Stevie. We're going to do chart 12 again. Dysfunction of creation energy by emotions. And that would make sense. You know, she's her little soul's in a brand new body that she can't really control. I see her trying to figure out how her hands work, and you know, she's figured out how to smile and interact, but you know, it's really interesting to watch her, and I'm sure all these emotions that she's trying to master and figure out what that means. And you know, right now all she knows is to cry when she needs something, to be fed or to be changed, or she's lonely and wants interaction. That's all she knows. That, you know, that's her only. And she has these sweet little, you know, coos that baby do, and she's trying to communicate, but also she's trying to I'm sure she's trying to figure out emotions like anger and frustration and being happy and, you know, sad, and all of those things that I can't even imagine what it would be like as a new soul to have to go into this little tiny body. And I don't know, when I work, my nose itches. And to try to master all of that. Okay, what next? Spiritual kick, is that what I need to do next? Okay, oh, it's really jumping. All right, 16. Loss of spiritual hearing. Well, that makes sense. You know, she's probably, you know, you feel like probably you get thrust into this body and you're not sure how to deal with everything, and it's all new, and you were just in the spirit world and everything was so great and wonderful. And so let's make sure she gets reconnected with her spiritual hearing. You know, they do say that kids are more sensitive when they're younger. So I want to make sure that my grandkids keep that, and I want to talk with them about spirituality and things. And my kids grew up like that. And I always thought my son thought I was a nut, but he doesn't anymore. Someday I'll sit and talk with you guys about my paranormal experiences, because I've had a lot of them. Okay, 30. Life stream. The life stream is from spirit, which flows through the embryo, divine plan, spiritual realms, and into the physical expression. All of the elements, factors, and expressions of the life stream need to be cleared and harmonized for complete resonance of the soul with spirit. This stream was shown as sparkles, indicating the countless spark particles that are involved in the makeup of the stream, most of which involved the education of the soul in the Garden of Eden before it became physical. So we're clearing that for her, so that's good. We'll ask that programs be set up to keep that clear for her. All right, what's next? More blocks to positive expression. See, as we keep working, more things are going to come up. So how many this time? 2. Block to friendliness. And a block to comfort. So let's clear that for her and make sure those blocks don't rebuild. Okay, that didn't take very long. What next? 13, programs before creation. Programs before her creation, yes. Creator programming. And we've taught, well, this has been coming up a lot in the last few sessions. I don't know that there's anything in here about that. Creator programming. The creator beings at the Godhead are responsible for the basic programming potential of every soul as part of the divine plan. The programming is approved by the Godhead and by Spirit. Every soul has programming from spirit all the way down to the physical. The programming contains the potential of becoming like Spirit and taking part in the ongoing creation process. All right, anything else? Yes. Miscellaneous blocks. Inside or outside? Outside. Transfer student. Was she a transfer student? Since she's been born, she's already had a transfer student? When did that happen? I think I know what happened. So I'll explain to you what a transfer student is. When did that happen? Days after she was born. How many days? 3 days. So let's talk about a transfer student first while they clear on that. Transfer student, a walk-in. Some sources call these walk-ins. The original soul in the body becomes disillusioned with life and decides it wants out. Another soul, often an advanced being, decides they want to enter the body, so an agreed-upon exchange takes place. Usually the new soul has something of great value to bring to the inhabitants of the planet. Sometimes the transfer is made up of many souls who work together as one consciousness. Is that true for... No, that's not true for Stevie. Some people have a transfer and then question, who am I? You are still you because you have all of your original programming and your knowledge of whom and what you were and what you experienced during your life on this planet. The soul is the first 6 bodies created. The lower 7 bodies are you as a human, and that has not changed. If the soul changes, you are still you. The consciousness of a transfer soul is always higher than the original soul in the body. There are times when the soul leaves the body to go to school in the spiritual realms. There may be a temporary soul, a house sitter assigned to the body. Is the new soul in Steve